Hello, this is John Gilbert at Security First Asset Management with a weekly market update for the week ending February 18th. Now to start off, I'd like to announce our upcoming event for the month of March. That event is Where Do Interest Rates Go From Here? Now in that event, we're going to be discussing some of the factors that the Fed takes into consideration when they are trying to decide whether to lower interest rates. We'll also look at if the Fed does decide to lower interest rates, what are the potential impacts on the market and the economy as a whole. Now moving on to market news, last week markets were largely mixed. There were some favorable earnings surprises from the companies that reported their earnings last week, and these were balanced against discouraging inflation data. The result was the S&P recorded its first weekly decline since the start of the year. Now, the declines were largely concentrated in large cap growth stocks. Moving on to inflation data. For the month of January, consumer prices rose slightly more than expected. There was also a 4% rise in core consumer prices, and this kept the year-over-year rise at 3.9%. Now, this is still nearly double the Fed's target rate of 2% inflation. And that data, coupled with some other unfavorable inflation data surprises, resulted in significant market volatility this past week. There were a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Markets were on the move. Now, the data increased the odds that the Federal Reserve would hold inflation rates steady at their March meeting. The CME FedWatch tool, according to the CME FedWatch tool, the futures market ended last week pricing in only a 10.5% chance of a rate cut in March. Now compare this to a month earlier where they were forecasting a 65.1% chance of a rate cut in March. So over the course of a month, the chance that there would be a rate cut coming up has just absolutely plummeted. Now, if you have questions about inflation rates and the impact that a rate cut would have on the economy, once again, I invite you to our March event, Where Do Interest Rates Go From Here, to learn more about that. Filing new claims for unemployment benefits fell slightly more than expected last week. Also, the weekly jobless claims also unexpectedly declined. And this is pointing to underlying labor market strength despite a recent surge in announced layoffs, which are mostly in the tech industry. I also wanted to go back and announce that we will be having our first quarter drawing coming up here soon. More information is going to be posted, so keep an eye out for that. Thank y'all so much. That's the end of the weekly market update. Y'all have a blessed week.